Hello everyone, welcome to Mechanical Sathi. Today we are going to discuss some previous year questions from your GET. Okay, so this lecture will be helpful for the students who are preparing for IPAT as well as GET. Okay, so in this lecture we are going to discuss some question from planar mechanism from theory of machine. So this will be the part 1 for planar mechanism. Okay, so without wasting time, let us move forward and discuss some questions here. Okay, so let us move forward. So first question it is here, that is which was asked in 1992 for 2 marks. Okay, so let us understand this question better. So first question, that is instantaneous center of a body rolling with a sliding on a stationary curved surface lies. Okay, so where does it lie, we need to find out. Okay, so first option it is given that at the point of contact. Okay, second option that is given on common normal at the point of contact, or third option it is given that is on common tangent at that point of contact. Okay, or fourth option that is given at the center of curvature of the stationary surface. Okay, so among all the four options your B option will be correct here, because as it is telling that a body rolling with sliding. Okay, rolling as well as it is also sliding, so we can say on the common normal at the point of contact will be the best answer for this question. Okay, so here B option will be the correct one. So moving forward, so next second number question, that is the number of degree of freedom of 5 linked plane mechanism with 5 revolute pairs as shown in figure. So in this question we need to calculate the number of degree of freedom. So if we'll put in the formula, we know that is F is equal to what, 3 into n minus 1 minus 2j minus h, where h is the higher pair. Okay, so there is no higher pair here, so we can neglect this term. Okay, and j, that is the number of joints that we can calculate, that is 1 2 3 4 5. So there are 5 number of joints here, and if we'll see again 5 number of links are here. So if we'll be putting all these values, then we can find 3 into n minus 1, that is 4, minus 2j, that is 2 into 5, that is 10. So 12 minus 10, that we can calculate 2 is the answer here. So option C will be the correct one. So this question was asked in 1993 for 2 marks, so it was a easy question. Okay, so option C will be the answer here. So moving next in this question, so this question was asked in 1995 for 2 marks. So let us see this. So it is telling that a figure shows quick return mechanism. Okay, the cranks OA rotates clockwise, so OA is rotating clockwise uniformly, so that is given here. And OA, so this OA distance is given, that is 2 centimeter, and OO dash, so this distance is also given, that is 4 centimeter. So we need to calculate the ratio of time for forward motion and that to that of return motion. Okay, so ratio of time taken for the forward motion and return motion, that we need to calculate. Okay, so if we will be drawing the extreme position. Okay, so then we can draw like this. So we can name, that is O and O dash and A. So this way we can name. Okay, and this will be 90 degree here. So this is the extreme position at which we can calculate the or we can find out the forward motion or return motion, and this will be, let us suppose, angle, that is theta. Okay, so this distance is given, or this radius is given 2 centimeter, and this is given 4 centimeter, and it is asking to find out the time ratio. Okay, so if we can calculate the value of theta here, then we can find out the time ratio here. Okay, so how can we find out the that is theta value? So as this is an equilateral triangle. Okay, so we can put the formula. So that is, if we'll be putting the cos theta, so cos theta value we can find out here. So cos theta will be equal to base divided by your hypotenuse, so that will be 2 by 4. Okay, so if you need to calculate the value of theta, so that will be equal to cos inverse 2 by 4. So that will be equal to cos inverse 2 by that is 2 by 4, that is half, and the half is the value of cos 60. So theta we can find out as 60. Okay, next as in this question it is asking to find out the ratio between time required your forward stroke and that is return stroke. So if we'll calculate that, then t for forward divided by t for return, so we can calculate that by using that. So here we can calculate, so this will be 2 theta here, and time taking, so this will be the angle in the what return stroke, and this will be the total angle in the what that is forward stroke. So for forward stroke this much angle is taking, and your return stroke this much angle taking. So if we divide this and divide by this, then also we can get the answer. So if will be this is theta, then this will be 2 theta, and 2 theta will be equal to 120. Okay, so we can put this value, that is 120, in the denominator, and this value we can find out, that is 360 minus 120, so that will be equal to 240 over here. So 240 divided by 120, so 2 will be the answer here. So ratio we can find out, that will be 240 by 120, and that will be equal to 2. So option B will be the correct answer here. So this was also quite easy. Okay, so this was asked in 1995, so for 2 marks. Okay, so option B, that is 2, will be answer here. So let us move forward and discuss some more questions. So here it is question number 4, that is a rod of length 1 meter. Okay, so 1 meter is sliding in a corner as shown in figure at an instant when rod makes an angle 60 degree. Okay, so this angle when it is 60 degree with horizontal plane, then the velocity on rod, so this velocity that is given, that is 1 meter per second, and we need to calculate the angular velocity of the rod at this instant. Okay, so at this instant we need to calculate the angular velocity of this rod. Okay, then how can we calculate? We know that is your velocity, that is translational velocity, we can say v equal to r omega. So v is given to us and omega we need to calculate. So if we can calculate this r, okay, or length we can say, so if we can calculate this value, then we can calculate the omega value here. So for that reason, okay, so we can say this what that is your rod is moving in this direction. Okay, so it will be trying to rotate like this. Okay, so we need to calculate this distance. So if we can calculate this distance, then that we can use as r. Okay, or we can say if we will be calculating this distance. Okay, so in this triangle, so again, okay, in this triangle this is 90 degree. So if we'll be putting the cos theta formula, okay, so cos theta will be equal to again what, base by hypotenuse. So cos 60, that will be equal to what, that will be equal to this. Suppose that this is O, then we can write OB divided by 1, we can say. So this is given as 1, so OB by 1, and okay, so from here OB can be found out like that is your cos 60, or we can say that will be equal to 1 by 2. So OB will be equal to 1 by 2. So if we'll be putting this value over here, then we can find out. So B is given as 1 meter per second. Okay, so this will be equal to 1. So this will be equal to 1, and this will be 1 by 2. So if we'll be taking to this side, then I can write omega will be equal to 2 over here. Okay, so here A option will be the correct one. Okay, so here A option will be correct, where omega will be equal to what, 2 radian per second. Okay, so here A option will be the correct answer. Okay, so moving forward, so question number 5, that is a planar mechanism is shown here. Okay, select the most appropriate choice for the motion of link to when link that is when link for is moved, link 4. Okay, so this is given link 4. Okay, so typing mistake. So link 4 is moved upward. Okay, so we need to find out the what your appropriate choice of motion for link 2. Okay, so this is given link 2, so some typing mistake is here. So link 2, so motion of, what will be the motion of link 2 when motion of your link 4 is upward. Okay, so if we will see here, if this link is moving upward, then we can say this link 3 will be trying to rotate. Okay, so it will also move up. Okay, so when it will move up, then it will try to move down. Okay, this parameter will be moving down. Then when it will move down, then link to this is fixed or hinged here, so it will be trying to rotate in this direction. So we can say link 2 will be trying to rotate in a counterclockwise direction. So let us check all the options here. So in option B, it is telling that link 2 rotates in counterclockwise direction. So option B will be the correct answer here. Okay, so moving next, in question number 6. So let us minimize myself. Okay, so in question number 6, so for the audio cassette mechanism shown in the figure given below, where is the instantaneous center of rotation of the two spools? Okay, so P, where does your your instantaneous center of rotation is placed? So that we need to find out over here. So it is given, so this is a plain that is cassette, we can say audio cassette. Under this these two are two spools. Okay, so we can say okay, so this will be rotating like this. So we can say this is as our link 1. Okay, and this is our link 2, and this rotating element. Okay, so that is link 3, and this another spool, that let it be link 4. Okay, so we need to calculate what the location of that instantaneous center of rotation, that is P. So what is the location of P, we need to calculate. Okay, we need to find out. So let us try to find out that. So let me name. So this will be link 1. Okay, so this cassette, and this will be link 2. Okay, and this will be link 3, this rotating element, and this will be link 4. So if we'll see here, then instantaneous center of link 1 2 will be at this mid section. So this will be that okay, so I12 I can write. So I12 will be at the mid section, and if I will try to find out 2 3, so it will be placed at this portion. Okay, so this will be that is 2. Okay, 2 3. Okay, next if I will try to calculate instantaneous center, that is 3, that is 3 and 4, then it will be at the upper section of here. So if I'll say zoom if I'll show the zoomed view, then if this is the spool, then instantaneous center will lie here. So this will be the what, I3 4. Okay, so here it will lie, that is I3 4. Okay, so next thing, everything we have found out, but what we need to find out, we need to find out the position of I24. Okay, so the position of these two, what, these two links. Okay, so that we need to find out. So for finding that, we can say, if we'll be drawing that rectangle 1 2 3 4, and we need to find out what this instantaneous center, that is 2 to 4. So I can go in this way as well as I can go in this way. So I want to, which is at here, let me use another ink. Okay, so I want to is here. Okay, I want to and 1 4, so I can draw this line. Okay, so this horizontal line, so this will be the I12 1 4 line. Okay, and another, that is 2 3 and 3 4. Okay, so 2 3 over here. Okay, and 3 4 is over here. So I can draw a, that is what, inclined line over here. So if I will show that over here, so let me draw that diagram in neatly. So if I'll draw that, this line I am showing that here. Okay, so this is the line which will be connecting I12 and I14. Okay, okay, so let this is I12 and this is I14. Okay, so and I23, which is somewhat here. Okay, so I23 is somewhat here. Let this is I23. Okay, so this is I23, and here it is I1 2, okay, and here it is I1 4, okay. So it is at a distance that is 20 r, so I2 3, that is at a 20 r, okay, and your I that is what, uh, 4 3, okay, I3 4 is at 10 r, you can say. So this is 10 r, okay. So if we'll connect this, then this will meet somewhat here, okay. So let and this point will be what, I2 4, okay. So this point will be I2 4, and we need to find out the position of this one, okay. So how can we find out that? So here it is given, let this is the x and this is the value of y. So if we'll be using the similarity in between these two triangles, so let me use another M key over here. So if I'll be using this triangle, okay, so this is one triangle, and this will be another triangle, okay. So this will be another triangle. So we can use a similarity between these two triangles, okay. So if we'll be using similarities, then I can write, so this side divided by this side, or this side divided by this side, that will be equal to what, this side divided by this side, okay. So I can write this side divided by this side will be equal to this side divided by this total side. So I can write 10r divided by 20r, that will be equal to, x by x plus y, okay. So r can be cancelled over here, okay, and we need to find out what that is, y, okay. So what is the value of y I need to calculate. So if I'll see, then here I can get 10 by 20, that is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 will be equal to x by x plus y. Then if I'll reverse, then I can write x plus y divided by x, that will be equal to 2. So I can write x plus y divided by x, that will be equal to 2, okay. So from here again I can write x by x and plus y by x, so that will be equal to 2. So x by x plus y by x, that will be equal to 2. Then x by x will be equal to 1, so I can write 1 plus y by x will be equal to 2, okay. So if I will take this 1 to this side, then I can write y by x will be equal to 2 minus 1, that will be equal to 1. So I can write, so let me erase all these things over here, okay. So finally I am getting here y by x will be equal to 1. So I can write y by x, that will be equal to 1. So we can find that y will be equal to x, okay. So y will be equal to x over here. So we'll be checking all the options here. So we can say, so this distance, okay, g or p, that will be equal with ag, okay. So this distance and this distance will be equal to each other, because we have taken, and that is here, that was what, x. So this distance was x and this distance was y, and we got the relation between x and y, that they are equal. So let us find the option where it is given. So a point, so in option A it is given that a point P lies to the left, okay. So another thing, if you will see, then it is lying at the right, okay. So left, so this will be not the right one. Then the point to the point P lies in between, so it is not also the correct one. Then option C, point P lies to the right, okay. So this is the correct. Again, to the both of stool and the line joining A and H, so that A H will be equal to HP. So this option will be the correct one. So C option will be correct, okay. And let us check the fourth option also. So option D, it is telling that point P lies at the intersection of point of that is of the line joining B and C. So this will be also not the correct answer over here, okay. So here option C will be the correct one. So let us move forward. and try to solve another question, that is the mechanism is used in a shaping machine is what. Okay, so it is a closed 4 bar chain or 4 revolute pair. No, there is a sliding pair. Okay, it is not a 6 bar chain. Okay, it is 4 bar chain. No, there is a sliding pair. Okay, single sliding pair you can say, no two sliding pairs. Okay, so it is an inversion of slider crank mechanism, so D option will be correct answer here. So it was asked in 2003 for 1 mark. Okay, so let us move forward. So here it is telling that the length of links of 4 bar linkage. Okay, so with revolute pairs are given, the P, Q, R, S are the units. Okay, so length is correspond to P, Q, R, S. Okay, so given that P is less than Q and less than R and less than S, so here you can say P is the smallest one and S is the longest one. So which of these links should be fixed one, okay, for obtaining a double crank mechanism? So we know that for getting a double crank mechanism we should fix the smallest link. So from here, from this relation, we can know that P is the smallest link, so A option will be the correct answer here. So the link of length P, so link of length P must be fixed to get a double crank mechanism. Okay, so again it was also asked in 2003 for 1 mark question. Okay, so moving forward, here it is given, the figure shows a planar mechanism with a single degree of freedom. Okay, so how to center 2 4. Okay, I center 2 4 we need to calculate. Okay, so that is I center, instantaneous center 2 4 for a given configuration is located at a position. So we need to find out the position of that is I center, that is 2 4. Okay, we need to find out that. So if we'll see here, so let me erase some portion. Okay, so this is link 1, so fixed link, that is 1, and this is link 2, and this is link 3, and this is 4. So we need to find out this 2 to 4. Okay, so if we'll see here again, let me draw that rectangle. So this is 1 2 3 4, and we need to find out this link. Then we can go 1 2 and 1 4. So this is I center 1 2, and this is I center 1 4. So I can go like this. Okay, so I can draw a straight line like this, and again I can go in this direction, that is link 2 3 and 3 4. So again 2 3 link is somewhat here, and 3 4 is somewhat here. So again it will be going in this direction. So at any point we cannot fix that instantaneous center, so it will be at somewhat infinity. So D will be the correct answer here. So next question number 10. Okay, so it was a match of the following type. So in first column it is given type of the mechanism, and the second column it is given motion achieved. So is here P is, that is given Scott-Russell mechanism. So P will be used, that will be Scott-Russell mechanism will be used to get a straight line motion. So P will be set to 4. Okay, so P will be set to 4, you can say. Then that will be straight line motion. And if we will see R, that will be offset slider crank mechanism, that will be set to quick return mechanism, that will be set to 2. Okay, so from here we can get that C option will be correct here. So here there is a mistake in setting of options. Okay, so S there are two options for 4. So P is set to 4, and that is your S is also set to 4. So S is set to 3 over here. Okay, so then if we'll check about the Geneva mechanism, then that will be used for intermediate motion. Okay, so Q will be set to 1, and your Scotch-Yoke mechanism that we discussed, that will be okay set to simple harmonic motion. Okay, so okay, so here C option will be the correct one. So thank you for watching.